back to another episode of the Sister Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Gold Chain Diva, and this is my sister,
Miss BD, and y'all already know that's what a Z.
And we're just two sisters
With a lot to talk about.
And we always got a lot to talk about.
Don't we always?
Always. So what's been going on, sis? How's life? How's this week been treating you?
Honestly, it felt like a really, really long week. That's first and foremost. I'm happy that it's over. This is my weekend off, so I'm going to relax and I'm going to move. On top of
Relax and move.
It's just
Did that go in the same section?
Listen, I'm gonna try to move a little bit,
And
relax
then
a little, yeah, and then relax. Literally, I don't plan on doing anything else. Other than that, you know what I do? I feel like in our first two seasons, it was around this same time that I said State was at my job. So State has been at my job for 2024. And you already know how it goes. I said it before. People come out of the woodwork, start doing things that you just
right.
Never
Start scrambling. Yeah.
Right. Start scrambling, but it's honestly I haven't even heard anything. I don't even know how my job did. So I'm thinking we didn't do that well. So I don't know. Anyway,
Well,
you know. That's
still the beginning of the year, so
yeah,
time
we'll see.
will tell.
Yeah, time will tell.
Time will tell.
Other than that, nothing. Same old same.
I feel you, sis. I feel you.
What about you?
Well, I went to my first NBA game ever in life. This is my first ever in life NBA game. And it was definitely an amazing experience. I think I picked the best game that I could possibly pick.
Okay.
For it to be my first game. So I got to see, my faves.
Okay.
Russell Westbrook.
Okay.
James Harden. Kawhi Leonard. So I was definitely in my element. I loved it. Like, it really reminded me of, like, how much I really do like basketball. Like, how much I kind of, like, really miss the sport.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I definitely want to, like, start, going to more games. And I told myself, like, depending on where I move to.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get season tickets. Like, I'm trying to get season tickets somewhere.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Like, that would be, like, that. I think that would make me so happy and, like, just to be able to go to a basketball game whenever I want to go.
Okay, that's interesting. And I don't really feel like you said who's the two teams that you see play?
So, we went to DC. It was the Wizards versus the Clippers. And, of course, you already know I was there for the Clippers.
Okay. Did the Clippers win?
The Clippers did win.
Okay.
Now, I will, however, say I'm not going shit on the Wizards.
Okay.
Because I was saying who goes to see the Wizards.
Yeah.
But the Wizards had a nice little lineup.
Okay.
It was one guy on that team, and I'm sorry I don't know his name, but he was getting the buckets.
All right.
So, and it was a neck and neck game, like literally all the way up until the end. It was a close game. So,
what was the score? Remember or no?
Oh man, I believe it might have been like maybe 98 to 106 or 112.
The numbers that they be hitting is totally
Listen, first of all, we missed the first quarter. By the time we got in there, they was already like at 60 points. Yeah.
See, I never went to an NBA game. I wouldn't be, I would definitely go to an NBA game. The last basketball game that I was at would probably be for high school. When I cheered.
Yeah,
listen, when I cheered, which is a long time ago, but yeah, I don't know. Basketball's interesting. I don't know.
Yeah. Listen, I'm definitely open to it, so I enjoyed myself. I'll do it again.
Well, good.
Oh, it's time though. Spill the tea.
Let's spill the tea, y'all. Let's spill the tea.
All right. So, for those of our faithful watchers, y'all probably heard us talk about Neuralink last year when we were talking about the Antichrist Elon Musk.
Yes, the Antichrist.
Look, the Antichrist Elon Musk.
Right.
And we was talking about his ambitions to have this link called Neuralink, where he was going to implant it in the brains of quadriplegic patients, one who doesn't have activity in their limbs, and basically have this link be able to communicate and help them move different parts of their body and stuff like that. Now, the part that I think they kind of slid up in here on us was the fact that now he is saying that he has an ambitious plan to let humans wirelessly connect their brains with phones and other devices. And so now it's taking a step above, because now it's like, okay, I'm a quadriplegic. I can't physically, hold my phone and type, or I can't physically, type on the laptop. So now this link is going to communicate with a piece of technology and allow it to do whatever it is that I'm thinking. And so, it has been said many times by myself that he's the Antichrist, and I stand on that.
Which he is.
I stand on that because I truly believe that this is the beginning of a scary time for us as a people. Because, like, what's to say that once they successfully do this in one person, and it starts off with the intention of, okay, they're quadriplegics, it gives them an activity that they wouldn't otherwise have.
Mm-hmm.
What stops them from saying, hey, okay, well, who just won it?
I feel like, there should be somebody that delegates the fact of like, okay, this is going too far.
Right.
I don't know. I just feel like it's already bad enough that you're using humans as guinea pigs to put this Neuralink into their brain and to see if it works. Like, what if they put it in and something would have happened to that person?
Well, so this is the thing. I mean, I think it's full confidence because you got to remember when we reported on this last year,
Mm-hmm.
they went through a whole phase of trials on animals and different things like that. So it got approved, I guess, by what is it? I always get them mixed up, and I know one of them is for food and one of them is for something else. The FDA or the US.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah. So so it is the Food and Drug Administration. So the FDA. So the FDA actually approved it in May, and basically allowed them to move forward with human trials because they saw so much success. Now, mind you, Neuralink was started in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
We reported on this in 2023.
Right.
So that means they had about 7 years of trials before they moved forward. So I guess that's always a chance that something could happen in a human, prospect. And I guess under law they would be covered to some extent. I don't know. This country do shady stuff all the time.
Yes, so. Like feed humans. But anyway, we're not going to talk about that. It don't sit right. It don't sit well with me.
Yeah.
I do, because I remember we talked about that you have, a friend that could, really, really, really do good with something like this. So I like it in that aspect, but other than that, and hooking me up to a phone and me being able to say, hey, how you doing, T? And I'm texting you from my brain, like, that's just
crazy.
It's
crazy.
Like
I said, I think it's the beginning of the end. I think it's opening the door that we'll never be able to close again.
No.
So I mean, like they said, right now the person is recovering well. Right now, it's showing signs of neurotransmission, to the technology. So they're saying it's very positive. It's looking promising. And I will say that the clinical trial is called PRIME. So PRIME stands for Precise Robotically Implanted Brain Computer Interface. So basically, it implies the process involves using a robot to surgically insert the wires of the company's implant into a part of the brain that is related to movement. So I think, to me, that was like the thing that kind of, I guess, intrigued me the most, because I'm like, we're not having a human being doing a surgery on a human being. Now we move into, okay, we have a robot that is programmed or whatever to be able to put this link into somebody's body.
Well, and that kind of brings me to a little story time. I had an interview last year at a surgical center, and they gave me a tour, and I got to shadow what I would be doing. And I went in, first of all, in no way, shape, or form would I thought I would be seeing people get surgeries performed on them.
Right.
I feel like that's very sacred or private.
Right.
And I actually got to see 3 that were going on, when I was doing my...
I just always imagined I would be squeamish in that type of environment.
It's so sad that I didn't get offered a job, but... I really was interested in doing this, super. So we go into this room, the first room that they showed me, and I mean, it's quiet. The only people you hear talking is the surgeon and there's a bunch of people standing around, the person. It was a robot working on a human being, giving a human being surgery.
Wow.
It was an older man, and I'm not going to say the name, but it was an older man, and he was getting some type of knee surgery.
Okay.
Done. And it was so interesting because the surgeon, they had 2 different surgeons. One was there watching the machine, and one was moving the machine around, and it was a guy with sitting at a computer looking like he was looking through like binoculars kind of, and moving his hands around. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like this is
Right. This
You
is
heard
the world
about
we live
it,
in.
but
like,
this is
look, this is the Jetsons world we've been talking about for years. Like technology has really developed.
Yes, it has.
And you know what I think of, like when I hear you say that, cause you know, like just off topic just a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, like estheticians like who do lashes and stuff like that. They have places where they have robots that you say, oh, I want full, or I want wispy, or I want this, or I want that, and they got a little robot that
puts it on there. I've seen that.
But like you said, they have a person that sits there and watches and makes sure that the machine doesn't glitch and all that type of stuff. But the person is taken out of the process, and now you got a machine doing it.
That's crazy.
Right. And then furthermore, so like you know how we talked about last year, you know, with the football game that happened with the robots that were sitting in the crowd, and we were just cracking up about how they were there.
Yes.
And we later we found out that it was to promote a movie called The Creator.
Okay.
So I tried to give that movie a watch. It's on Hulu, and Denzel Washington's son is the main character. I'm gonna have to show you who he is.
I'm not even gonna say what I was about to just say.
What?
Cause you know sometimes I'm a little blonde. I didn't even know Denzel Washington had a son. See, I knew you was gonna look at me like that. I didn't know. Anyway,
I'm not going to do too much on you because I was just talking to somebody else about this, and they didn't know that he was Denzel Washington's son, and I was like, "How?
Do they look alike
to me?"
Okay.
I mean, to me, they don't look identical, but like to me, the reason why, so I can't remember his name. I want to say his name is John or something like that, but I'm not sure. When I see him, I think of his dad.
Really?
Like his mannerisms, his voice, and everything.
It's kind of like Ice Cube and his son.
Exactly. So
Okay.
it's hard for me to separate it for that reason, and I think that's why it's hard for me to watch movies that he's in. But nonetheless, I gave this movie a fair shot.
Okay.
Like a fair one. I sat there for about 40 minutes before I was like, yeah, I can't get jiggy with this one.
Yeah.
But I said all that to say the whole preface of the movie is a world where you now have human beings and you have robots existing in a world together. And so when I say existing in a world together, I mean like you got your service workers like police officers, you know, army men who are running alongside in a Call of Duty with robots right next to them.
Yeah, shoot.
And so it gets to a place in the world where they have to, you know, kind of, I guess, decommission all these different robots and stuff like that. Because, you know, I guess they started rebelling or something like that. So they started decommissioning these things. And that's what the whole premise of the movie is about. But like I said, I couldn't really get into it.
Yeah.
So I really couldn't. Like, it had something to do with a little boy that might have been half robot or a whole robot. I don't really know. But the whole thing was just
not
too much for me.
Yeah, just not really interesting.
Too much for me.
Gotcha.
But it sounds like we're going in that direction. But yes, we will keep you all posted because to know that this Neuralink is no longer an idea and it finally has moved into human trials. All I'm saying is I stand on Elon Musk being the anti. Okay? He's opening a door that we may never be able to close again.
Yeah. Wow.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. And you know how things go when niggas start getting curious.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Now, we're going to move on. We're going to move on for just a moment.
Just a moment.
Just a moment. I think we got enough time. We about to go slide this up in here real quick. We about to give a hot minute to Chrisean Rock.
Yes, we are.
Go.
Well, Chrisean is stupid. No, let me stop.
Chrisean is stupid.
There we go. Super stupid.
Idiotic.
Done got Blueface's face tattooed on the neck. Listen, the fact that you took the tattoo off of your neck and put it on your face.
Get a life.
I'm about to smack the camera.
You're playing in my face at this point,
I'm
ma'am.
tired of you, ma'am. I tried to give you a chance.
I believed in you, sis.
We both believed in you and you let us down.
God, listen. God didn't die on the cross for this.
No, he didn't. Not for this, Chrissy. That's what I'm calling you, Chrissy.
Get your life.
Please, and thank you.
I'm sorry. I thought Jonathan here was enough. I thought Blueface here was enough. And now then we go to get that covered up just for you to be like, oh, I'm back with my baby dad.
Insane.
Don't nobody care.
Nope. You
got your minutes, sis.
Yeah,
that's all you're going to get.
Listen, that's all you're getting.
That's all you get.
We don't got much to say else.
Next.
Anyway. Let's talk about this travel advisory in Jamaica. First of all, I don't feel let's just talk about what it is. They have Jamaica at a level 3 to reconsider traveling.
Okay.
They're not even wanting people to travel there right now. Crime and medical service. Now, mind you, this is Jamaica. When we watched Baddies, where were they at?
Jamaica.
And I remember you saying to me when we were watching it, but where's the medical? You know what I mean? Where's the hospital? They didn't have a lot of that. You know what I mean? So can you imagine if crime is being done, people are being killed? You're not going to be able to go to hospitals and stuff like that as well. So this is what they're saying is going on right now in Jamaica, which is why they don't want people to travel there.
So listen, girl.
Listen, violent crimes such as home invasions, armed robberies, sexual assaults, homicides are common. Sexual assaults are occurring frequently, including all-inclusive resorts.
And what I told you.
I remember.
When we watched the episode.
I remember.
And y'all know what I'm talking about in Baddies, because y'all probably saw it too, when they was going down the river in that little raft on the last episode. What I say, them little men be getting fresh.
Yeah.
It's been several stories on TikTok where girls are like, oh, you know, I went on like a little mecation. I went on a trip by myself to get away, all-inclusive, da-da-da. And I had to report these dudes because they was getting a little frisky.
Yeah, and that's first of all, that's very awkward when you're a woman to be put in a situation like that. On top of it, and you're not even in your country.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, they were saying local police often do not respond effectively. To serious criminal incidents. So people are reporting these crimes and they're not even coming to find out about it. They really, honestly, probably don't care.
Yeah. I don't mean to be facetious.
Yes, but
as you were saying that, it just reminded me of Shada's. A little Jamaica can't do that for me. Listen, it can't do it for me.
A little
Listen, I'm not going to Jamaica. You won't catch me nowhere near Jamaica no time soon.
Like, they even went to go say, because I was reading the article on the .gov, the travelstate.gov. They even went to go say, T, like, even when people are passing away to get the death certificates, they're not even giving them that right away.
I mean, I believe it.
Like, it's
like
just,
the resources were scarce.
Yeah.
Like the resources are scarce.
Listen, and they're saying, this is the last thing, we are strongly encouraging you to obtain travel.
Stay home.
Yeah, don't go.
Stay home.
Like, don't go. And I've actually seen people comment on social media like, oh, this is not serious. I had somebody tell me at work like, oh, I know somebody that just went there and she
Listen,
was
Americans
fine.
don't take nothing seriously until it's them. And let me tell you something. I said a long time ago, I believe it was either Jamaica or I think it was Jamaica. I'm not even going to say that I thought it was anywhere else. That they were climbing up the balconies. So you think you safe on this resort? No, these niggas is up on the balcony trying to get in your room.
Yeah, no.
You're not safe, not even on the 10th floor, my guy.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I wanted to kind of bring light to this topic, especially because we are winding down on winter. I'm happy about that. We're winding down on winter. We're coming to spring, and people are going to start traveling.
That is true.
Be careful. Be safe, especially if you're doing a girls' trip. Just be careful.
Yeah.
Be careful. That's really what I wanted to say.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point.
That's the whole point. So on to our next spill the tea topic.
Yes, indeed. Spill the tea, sis.
We have Asians that are becoming the new black.
Listen, I already told you. Listen, that our Asian brethren, we got the same blood line.
Yeah, listen,
they said that the original black man was somewhere in Asia.
Okay.
He was of Asiatic descent.
I like that. Asiatic descent.
The original black man. So, they got a little bit of us in them as much as they may not want to be affiliated.
They do.
They do.
They really do. So, on one of our episodes, we had the Asians getting the curry top.
Right, yep.
So,
and we showed them the whole process.
Of how it got done. So, on this episode of the Sistah Talk, we got the Asians doing what, sis?
Listen, getting locks, okay?
Locks.
Like, he went from
Jackie Chan.
Listen, from Dong Shu to Dante.
But that's serious. Like,
no, but it was the craziest transformation.
It really was, because like legitimately, I'm like, It's almost like they perform magic on his hair. Like
he went from they put him in this country and named him Peter to now he out here like he like I don't know why there.
Listen, for real,
for Billy.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, that was magical, and of course we're gonna put up on the screen for y'all to see. But this is just crazy, like. How, Slay?
Yeah.
How are they doing this?
It was definitely crazy to watch it, but I will say, and I think we said this on the last episode, like, I don't feel like they're culturally appropriating. Like, I mean, I guess because they got a little bit of color in them. Yeah. Like, I don't feel like they're appropriate, and I really feel like they doing that thing. Like, they doing it. They making it do what it do.
They are making it do what it do. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen.
If I had short hair and I wanted to add like braids or anything like that, I'm going to Chang Soo Hao because he did amazing.
Listen, he did amazing.
He did amazing.
No lies in sight. No lies in sight. But anyway, guys, we didn't even get to say this at the beginning of the episode, but happy Black History Month. Okay? Listen, happy Black History every day. And let me tell y'all something. Y'all don't even know. We get an extra day of Black History this year. We get 29 days of Black History this year.
29.
So we're going to start with the sisters. We're going to give you as many days of Black History as we possibly can.
Yes, we are.
So here you are with a moment with the sisters. A moment in Black History with the sisters.
Yes. Moment of Black History with the sisters. So, I have a little treat for y'all. I'm going to talk about, well, as we know Madam C.J. Walker. We know what she did. We know who she is. But I have a little more on Madam C.J. Walker. So I was introduced to Annie Malone. She was actually the first Black woman to introduce us to the hot comb. Very first. Now, I thought, and I don't know about you, I thought Madam C.J. Walker was. I don't know why.
Honestly, I'm not going to lie. I feel that I've heard that Madam C.J. Walker was probably the first to do that. But at the same time, I don't automatically attribute her with the hot comb. I'm also attribute her with like relaxers, perms, and stuff of that nature. And just the first Black woman to like just be, influential in that way.
And right. So who found Madam C.J. Walker was Annie Malone. She, Madam C.J. Walker was actually her apprentice, which I found to be very, very cool. I found to be very cool that, that you had two Black women working together to bring light to what we now call the freaking hot comb. I don't know. I know I have a lot of funny stories about a hot comb. I originally, when I was younger, used to get my hair hot combed on the stove. Like, set it on the stove, let it heat it up, sitting in a chair in the kitchen, getting it.
Because these days, you still don't know about that because you just plug the hot comb to the wall these days.
Absolutely. Well.
Or you might get wireless, I guess.
Well, that I didn't even know that they had, but I need to be looking
Oh, well, they definitely got them.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Listen, you learn something.
Listen, but like you said, the old school was to put it on the stove and let it warm up, and that's how your ass got burnt.
That's how you got burned. But anyway, so the hot comb remained an essential hairstyling tool throughout the 20th century. So I find that very interesting as well. And I feel like, honestly, it's continuing. We're still using it till this day.
Absolutely.
So, I don't know. I felt like that was kind of cool to talk about for Black History Month. Not only with us being the sisters, but this is two sisters that work together.
Absolutely. And we were just talking about natural hair, like the natural hair movement and, her wig soft life. And
I had somebody watch our episode at my job, and they thought that was the best thing in the world. And she was talking about pulling a wig out.
Oh my God.
To see if she could get
tell her if she do it, record it, and send it to the sisters because we want to show everybody else.
Listen, and she thought it was the best thing in the world, and it made me feel real good. So I wanted to shed that light right there.
She really got to give us tea if it's successful.
Yes.
Yeah, she really got to give us tea. Yes. So, since we're talking, about Black history and talking about, hair and, where we have origins, with the hot comb and different things like that, we just want to keep on this flow of talking about Black hair.
Okay.
Right now, today, it's so crazy to think that, Madam C.J. Walker was present in her time. I'm pretty sure it wasn't that long ago, to be honest, because I mean, slavery is not that long ago. So I'm pretty sure she might have still been alive. I don't know.
1867 to 1919.
God damn. So she was born. So she was still alive in 1919. Okay. That still wasn't that long ago, but it was. Yeah, it still wasn't that long ago. A lot of her improvements that she brought to the table, you know, obviously transform hair for black women. Like you said, still impacting us to this day.
Absolutely.
And as we know, we've kind of touched on this before in a few other episodes where we talk about how, you know, we're being discriminated against in the workplace due to our hair. And we both talked about having experiences with that. And I'm sure a lot of our watchers, being females and being black females at that, have experienced that as well.
Absolutely.
So for those who don't know about the Crown Act, I'm going to give you a little bit of information about the Crown Act because it's something that really just impacts us and affects us to this day. Crown Act, Crown standing for Creating a Respectful and Open World for Natural Hair Act. This prohibits hair-based discrimination at work and school. The movement was to pass this act, gain momentum in the states across the country, and actually made it to the federal level. So right now, in our 50 states of America, I want to say we're just shy of one state to actually accept that federal legislation. Okay. So meaning everywhere, like, it's impacted, you know, if it impacts us, like, we can utilize that law here.
Okay.
It protects us here. And so the thing about the Crown Act is, you know, like I said, we've experienced discrimination and things of that nature. And this really just puts it in perspective where now you have your employers having to be held accountable for their choices and, you know, basically being racist and being prejudiced against us.
Right. Now,
according to a study in 2023, black women's hair is 2.5 times as likely as white women's hair to be perceived as unprofessional. The same study finds that approximately 2/3, which is 66% of black women, change their hair for a job interview. Among them, 41% change their hair from curly to straight. Now, I don't know about you, but I've had that experience as well.
I would have to think, honestly. I would truly have to think. The only way that I could speak on that is being worrisome about wearing my hair in a certain way. Like, I would, well, I guess,
yeah. You would change your hair.
Yeah, I wouldn't wear my hair. 9 times out of
10, you might not wear it like that. Yeah, if anything, you might put it up in a bun.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so we're plagued with the thought of, how can I make myself more presentable and look more professional? Now, I thought it was so crazy because, you know, one of the other things that they said was black women typically take up most of the workforce in areas where they're more likely to get discriminated against. And one of those places that was on that list was Pennsylvania, and I'm pretty sure they were we were the largest population in Pennsylvania that was on that list. And so it's just crazy to me to know that, you know, we're you know, planted in those areas where we're not being
accepted for who we are, like that, which is like, I don't know. I don't feel like we could ever stop talking about us black women being in the workforce with how we look, with how we dress, with how we present ourselves, how black women present themselves in a workplace. You know what I mean? And we've have plenty of conversations about this, how I'm gonna think about what I say before I say it because I don't want to come off too aggressive. You know what I mean? So that, with that being said, that comes with the hair, the dressing, all of that.
Because it definitely takes a toll on, like, it takes into account of how we feel will be perceived outwardly. And we honestly kind of touched on it a little bit in the last episode when we talked about Brianna O'Connor and, you know, being hated on for the way that she dresses. And so it's just like, why are we put so much under a microscope? Why does it matter?
Right.
Why does it matter? Like, it doesn't impede my ability to do my job.
Right.
So why does my hair intimidate you so much?
Right.
Like, you have this idea of professionalism, but you're telling me that my hair, the way that it naturally grows out of my head, is not right. But that's the way that it grows out of my head. I shouldn't have to, do anything different to make it more appealing to you.
Absolutely.
But anyway, we brought this up because, the Crown Act actually, was passed, I want to say, not that long ago. Like I said, it's been adopted by many states in the United States, Texas being one of them. Now, Texas right now is under fire because they, of course, with any law, they always trying to find a loophole.
Oh, gosh.
Okay? So, Texas's way of finding a loophole around discrimination is basically saying that they allow bans on hair longer than 2 inches, which it explicitly singles out and prohibits natural black hairstyles like afros and dreadlocks on male students. By failing to bar restrictive policies on length and color, Texas's version of the Crown Act falls short of fully preventing race-based hair discrimination.
Hold on. What?
Yep. So basically, they took the law and said, you know what? We're not going to discriminate against this and this, but we're going to say, oh, it got to be 2 inches.
That's insane.
Yep. It's very, very crazy. Very crazy. And so, this garnered a lot of attention in Texas last year around, I want to say around August of last year. A young man named Daryl George, he's an 18-year-old high school junior. He lives in Anahuac, Texas. Basically, this young man has locks. I don't like to call them dreads because for anybody in a Black History Moment, just on a tangent, dreads have a negative connotation to them. Okay. It was supposed to be derogatory, so do not call your locks dreads. Like, if you wear them with pride and you keep them kempt, call them locks. Dreads are them big old clumps that people...
Yeah.
The freeform crap. That is dreads.
Well, message.
Look, message, definitely. But this young man, he has short locks, and I'm going to show you. So you can see his picture right here. His locks are not that long, and he has them has them styled very well. Because they don't meet the requirement of, I guess, being shorter than 2 inches, this young man has basically, since last year, now mind you, we're in January. Right. Since last year, August, he has been serving in-school suspension or a out school, like, I guess, wherever he serves his disciplinary, whatever, where he's not been able to be a part of the greater good. He's doing his schooling somewhere else because they are saying that he's not meeting requirements. And they're basically trying to make it right because apparently there are other people who have locks but abide by the length code.
We are not. If that was my child, I would be taking this shit to the capacity that I could take it to. Well, because this is ridiculous.
Well, just what's the day? The second, just 2 days ago, a judge actually oversaw it in court. A trial will be held next month to basically determine whether he should be allowed to go back to school or whatever.
No,
basically.
Where's Al Sharpton at when you need him?
Listen, Al Sharpton. Never mind. Nope. Go ahead. Where's Al Sharpton? I'm sorry. I'm about to say something. I don't want to say it. Where's Al Sharpton? Find him, please. Please. Look, find him.
Oh my God, this is the one I was looking at.
Yeah, I seen you looking at it. I said, I sneak and get it behind your back.
You got the wallet?
No, I just got that.
I can't wear this strap no damn wallet. Huh? I need the wallet.
Mama,
Yeah.
give me a break now.
You got a break. I need the wallet. This is pretty him. But I need the wallet.
So you don't want it?
I need the wallet. Go with the wallet.
So it really hurt my soul to watch that, and I was just like, ew, like you look disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, why would you ever fix your face and fix your mouth and be like, I need the wallet, go get the wallet.
Yeah.
And she's like, so you don't want the bag? I need the wallet, go get it. Who do you think you are?
Yeah, you want to be.
Who do you think you are?
I probably would have took a deep breath and walked the hell away, so I wouldn't have disrespected.
I would have took that thing on back immediately back to the store.
Like, that's
oh, you need the wallet? Oh, well, I need my money.
Right.
I think the biggest thing with narcissistic parents is it's always about like them being self-centered, focused on self.
Yes.
You know, they are self-driven. They're not really worried about anything outside of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, like, I'm so grateful to have a parent that is not like materialistic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when it comes down to it, because like my mother, like outside of gifts and things like that, she just wants quality time for real. She just wants to spend time with you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just feel like if you are one of those parents that kind of give your kids a hard way to go, like kind of rethink that.
Mm-hmm.
Because like at the end of the day, it may not be what you expect, because you know you got to think about it. Our parents are well off now at this point in life. You know, they got the money. They got the Mercedes Benz. They got you know the Chanel. They got all these things that we kind of still trying to make it to get. You know, listen, I said this joke in my family. I don't got auntie money yet. I got cousin money.
Right.
So I need you to understand that my paycheck don't go that far. And just know that if I did it for you, it can't. Whatever it is, it came from the heart. It came from the heart. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed a Black History Moment with the sisters. We're going to be back next week with another Black History Moment. We're going to give y'all a whole bunch of tidbits, a whole bunch of jewels, because as we know, we came a long way as a people, but it's so much further to go. And of course, Black History Month is every day. But we're just going to make sure we showcase the things that y'all don't necessarily know about. So, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Sister Talk Podcast. I'm your sister, Gold Chain Diva. This is my sister,
Miss BD, and y'all already know that's what it is.
And if you want to find us on social media, you can follow me at goldchain__diva, and you can follow my good sis
MZ_, and that's BD.
And we started a channel, a broadcast channel on Instagram. So if y'all friends with either one of us on there, make sure y'all join that channel. We're going to keep y'all in the know about everything that we got going on. So thanks for tuning in for another night, and we'll see y'all next week.
Bye, y'all.